Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, your host with the most, as always, Francois878, and today I'm bringing you another episode of Warframe Wednesdays. This topic actually literally fell into my lap on St. Paddy's Day, March the 17th, yesterday, so hurrah, yay for last-minute recording of your weekly episodes. But this episode is going to be about the announcement that Frost Prime, the Latron Prime, and the Reaper Prime are going to be going into the quote-unquote Prime Vault on the 24th of March. And so they're going to be taken out of the drop tables. They will be effectively unattainable. They will join the infamous status of the Excalibur Prime, in that it will be the second Prime that will not be obtainable through drops. And I think that this is a really, really dumb idea. I don't understand. Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, Frost Prime, Latron Prime, and the Reaper Prime are all very old primes. You know, they've been in the game forever. I'm sure they were amongst the first weapons to be introduced. Maybe not the first, but in the first wave of prime weapons to be introduced. So most of the players who are currently playing have them, or, you know, have most of the pieces for them. Or have them and then got rid of them because they needed more slots. And now they're going away. Now, if you have the pieces of these items, either the blueprints or the fully crafted pieces, those will not disappear. Nor will the fully crafted, obviously, Frost Prime Warframe. That's not going to go. But that, I mean, effectively, this is going to, I mean, the platinum cost for these pieces, once, you know, March 25th, it's going to quadruple. You know, maybe not immediately, but 3, 4, 5 months from now, when there are a huge, you know, when all of the new players in the last 3 months are like, you know, I'd like a Frost Prime. Oh, Frost Prime before March 24th, 2015, you probably get a full Frost Prime for like 30 platinum, maybe that's a little high. But 30, 35 platinum, I'm guessing, is a pretty average to above average price. You're probably going to be paying 300 platinum, if not more. Because the pieces are just not going to be there. You know, and who knows, you know, maybe this is only a temporary thing. You know, maybe they're moving them out of the drop tables in the void. Maybe all the primes will, you know, be slowly withdrawn over the next couple of months, so then they can destroy the void and then reintroduce the pieces onto the star chart. Or, you know, maybe this is going to be the fate of every prime. You know, maybe every single prime in the game, you know, is going to be more of an exclusive beta thing. You know, like the Excalibur Prime was exclusive to the founders. You know, maybe, I don't know, I can't see them, you know, getting rid of every single prime by the time the beta ends. Because when you think about it, like, unless they, you know, remove a prime, you know, a prime frame and a prime, you know, a couple of prime weapons, like, every month, I mean, there's a lot of prime stuff. You know, so to just take that all out, you know, and maybe they're taking the Frost Prime out and the Latron Prime out and the Reaper Prime because they're not very popular, which I completely disagree with and I think is totally wrong as far as Frost Prime. I see Frost Primes all the time. Reaper Prime, not so much. I feel like that's definitely, you know, you level it up and then you toss it. I've played this game for over 800 hours, and I think I can count on my hands and feet the number of times I've seen somebody using the Reaper Prime. The Latron Prime, I would say, pretty much in the middle. I think that some people, you know, like the single-shot rifles, but I think there are rifles that are better than the Latron Prime and function similarly to it. So it could be that these items just aren't getting the use, you know, and they're going to the vault. Who knows? Maybe these items were going to be reintroduced in a quest later on. If you guys will remember the Stolen Dreams quest that was just recently, is the PC's most recent quest. It was added a few weeks ago for PC. I believe it was just added for PS4 and Xbox One either, I think on the 17th, actually, or maybe the 16th. But this quest, you go through, you find the Codex Artices, whatever, but at the end, you get the reward of a blueprint for an Ether Daggers, for the Ether Daggers. These are previously no longer obtainable items that only the people kind of earlier on who were playing from the beginning got a hold of. Much like the dual cleavers or the regular cleaver. One of those two Grineer-type cleaver weapons, the boar, the regular boar shotgun, though technically you can buy that if you buy the Rhino bundle, but it's not obtainable any other way. And those are just a couple of examples of, unobtainable weapons. So hopefully in the future, like the stuff like the boar and the cleavers will be reintroduced in quests later on. I know as far as Update 16 is concerned, the Cicero conflict event, the event that introduced the toxic dual stat mods, the first dual stat mods that were introduced, that event is now being translated into a quest, so you can get those mods now just at any time, which is really, really great. And I think that, taking these limited time events, that not everyone was able to participate in and turning them into quests that anyone can do is a really good idea. And I'm hoping that this is something that they have, later on down the road. We have seen, Ether Daggers, the cleavers were given out as rewards. There's all kinds of stuff, that Digital Extremes has retired, but then brought back. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this is not the last that we see of Frost Prime, Latron Prime, and Reaper Prime. If anything, for the newer players, like me, I've been playing for over a year, and there's a lot of people who have been playing for 2 years. The game's been around. I think we're approaching the second anniversary of the open beta. And there was closed beta time before that. So I mean, people have been playing this game for a while. Who I'm sure have these pieces, but not everyone does. There's new players in this game every day. And, those people, either not being able to get these primes, it just hurts the community. I know for a fact that I can't stand when I look into, my codex and I look through all my weapons and I see stuff like the boar and, it used to, they took it out, but stuff like the Skana Prime and the Lotto Prime and the Vandal weapons and all that stuff, which I don't think is in the game and is actually in the Codex or whatever the hell it's called now. I think they've taken it out, but, it used to, and, it really, not upset me, but it kind of discouraged me, because that's stuff that I'll never get. And I understand the Excalibur Prime stuff, I get, Founders exclusive, those aren't really a big deal, but the Vandal stuff, I mean, anybody who's anybody had a shot at that. It was just the people who happened to, be playing the game first. That stuff should all be reintroduced in some kind of quest line, or as a reward in, PvP or missions or something. Those things should be reintroduced into the game somehow. Stuff that you specifically had to pay for, obviously anything in the Founders Packs, or exclusives from the Prime Access, those obviously won't be. And I have no problem with that. But the stuff that, was just given out based on who was playing the game, there's no reason to not include that into the game for all the new players. There's really no reason. So yeah, that's basically the show, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that, again, I've said it twice before now, I hope this is not the end for the Frost Prime, the Latron Prime, and the Reaper Prime, because if it is, I'm going to be pretty upset. If it is the end, like I suggested earlier, is this going to be the eventual fate of every Prime? Is every Prime eventually just going to get phased out? and eventually in 2 years when the game finally leaves beta, when all the primes are phased out, is that just going to be something that the beta people had exclusive rights to, so that none of the new players, can get, can have the frames and have the weapons to really do the end game content? Because the regular weapons just aren't good enough, to hit those really high numbers on the Void stuff. And hell, not even on the Void stuff, on the regular missions, on Pluto and Europa and the high-level stuff. But, who knows? I don't know shit. I'm just here rambling about Warframe. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more Warframe content. Obviously, today is Wednesday, the 18th of March. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Update 16 is already out. So, go watch some Update 16 videos while I do my Update 16 videos. But we will see you next time. Thank you very much.